In this exercise, we're going to start using the drawing tools and a few of the other aspects of the drawing palette that will allow you to create drawings. Now in in Design, it's not the best drawing tool. Illustrator is obviously the program that is designed to draw things very well. But if you're already in InDesign and you want to just kind of draw a few little simple things, or add a shape, add some effects, there's great possibilities in InDesign to do it. There's not going to be all the tools that say Illustrator will have, but there's going to be some good ones. So we're going to be predominantly using the pen tool here and the line tool. We're not going to use the pencil tool. That's going to create some other effects, but you can experiment with that yourself. We're also going to be using the effects, some effects which are going to be in objects and effects. So I'll show you, once we draw something, I'll show you how the effects work. We're going to be doing some things with text, but let's start right now with this Bezier curve and type exercise file. You're going to see right away that there's in your layers panel that you're going to have two layers. I've created two layers. One is called drawings to trace, which is, if I unlock that, you can see, and use my selection tool, you can see those are the drawings that I've added here, and you can actually even see the links. There they are. So I've created two layers, and remember, italicized means, when I double click this, that means that it's non-printing. So when I make a PDF, you're not going to be able to see whatever is created in that layer. And now that's a really good tool if you need to trace something like we're going to do today. So I'm going to lock that again. If I wanted to make my tracing invisible when we export, I would just uncheck print layer, but I don't want to do that. So I want you to lock drawings to trace layer, and I want you to use your tracings. Now we're going to use the pen tool right away, and just to use to start drawing over the starfish. You can zoom in by pressing Control and plus on the Mac, or Command and plus on the PC, or you can always use your zoom tool and just click, click. If I want to zoom out, press Alt or Option on the Mac, and I can also drag. My computer is not working great these days, so it might be a little clunky right now. There's two ways we can draw the starfish. Actually, first I'm going to show you a couple of things. Now, I can just use my pen tool and draw a shape. I'm just going to delete that. Delete. Now, when I click the pen tool, I create a point, and when I click again, I create a path between the 2 points. Click again, create another path between these points, and then when I hover over the first point that I created, that 0 will appear, or that little O, meaning that I'm going to close the path. So I can see that if I click on this, I don't seem to have any fill or anything right here. Let's see what's going on here. If I can fill it up here, I can also stroke it. Now remember that InDesign will only create, you can only stroke it or fill it depending on what swatches you already have created. If you need to create new swatches, you can do it in the swatch panel here, new swatch. And if I just want to use the colors, I can also just create a slider here by using CMYK, and I can use the sliders CMYK to create new colors. I can also use the spectrum down here. So I've created a closed path shape. I can also just delete that. I can do straight lines. I can delete that again. If I press Shift and click, I create perfectly 180 and 90 degree shapes. Delete, delete. Now if I want to do a curve, I have to click and hold, drag, click, hold, drag, click, hover over and get that 0, click, hold, drag, and now you can see that I've created, use my hand tool, just pressing spacebar. I can use my white arrow key to drag those Bezier curves. Oops. I can drag individual points. I can also sometimes I can drag the line Now these handles here, that will affect the shape. So pen tool, points, lines, and Bezier curves. In the next video, we'll attack the starfish.